Alright everybody, this is Dark Knight 316. I'm here with Breakker Gaming, and this, if you didn't know, was the Tackles and Takedowns podcast. So, a lot has happened over the weekend and stuff, where we had the AAA event where it was the Mask versus the Mask. El Grande Americano versus the original Americano. And the Americano lost, and we found out that when he got demasked, it was Chad Gable. Like, did you know it was Chad Gable?
I didn't
know it was Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be somebody else.
We were trying to figure out who it was this whole entire time.
Mm-hmm.
But Chad Gable was there. He relinquished his mask. Told the El Grande Americano, you're the only one now. You're the original one. Gave him the respect that he deserved. And, I mean, it was a really good match. And they said that it was like one of the best matches, better than what we have seen on Raw and SmackDown. But what I did not know, and what I found out, is that Undertaker writes. He's a producer for AAA. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
And then they also made Rey Mysterio the new GM. So I think where they're going and heading for this is that Dominic is probably going to fight Rey Mysterio and probably retire him. Excuse me. Yeah, like retire him and put him, finally out. Maybe they might do the Gunther Edge, but I mean, since they put him in AAA now, I don't think Gunther's going to be retiring Rey Mysterio for a second time, but who knows. But here we're going to go over the highlights of Raw, and then after the highlights of Raw here, we're going to do the best gaming wrestling questions on the internet, Wrestling 20 Questions. And this time, Breakker Gaming has chosen the wrestler that Dark Knight 316 has to guess. So we'll look over here at Raw, because there's been a feud of the Bloodline, Seth Rollins, all bunch of stuff. So we'll see here. So you see that, all the Bloodline is here. You see the Uce, and you see the Roman, and he had Jacob Fatu acknowledge him as the tribal chief. And then you see Oba Femi defeated the IC champion Penta, Carmelos Hayes, Solo Sikoa, a fatal four-way for the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. Now, this is interesting that I think this is the first time that they've done like a fatal four-way type things to do it to advance the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring, because before they would do were one wrestler face another wrestler, advance, one wrestler face another, and then those two, and then it goes like that. But I guess they're doing it quicker this year, which is kind of cool, but it also kind of makes it where it's like, we already know which wrestler is going to win, because I think Seth Rollins is going to win on the other half.
I remember back in the day, every June they had King of the Ring, and it would just be like, they crowned the King of the Ring winner. I can't remember though if they went on to face the world title.
One here, they said the winner of the King of the Ring and the winner of the Queen of the Ring will go on to face the world champion at SummerSlam. So whoever they want at SummerSlam. So people are saying that's probably going to be Seth Rollins so that he can go and get a title back.
So he's going to beat Cody Rhodes, or he's going to beat Roman
Cody
Reigns?
Rhodes or Roman Reigns. More likely, they're saying that it might be the Vision versus the Bloodline, and it'll be him going up against.
He's gonna take the Vision back, and then Bron Breakker and all those guys are going to be on his team.
He'll need the Vision to do it, but he might do that unless he has his own faction. But yeah, they're saying that he's probably going to go up against Roman and dethrone Roman, which I'm like, that's kind of dumb. But Yeah, they're making it right here. They're making Oba OP'd right here. It would have been better is like he comes out there, then Brock comes out and just destroys him, and then Oba loses. But and then here Becky Lynch and Solo Sikoa return a Raw new Women's IC champion. Solo Sikoa beat Becky Lynch at the Clash of Italy.
I'm hoping they give Solo Sikoa a chance to like hold the title much longer, because I was feeling she's going to get a short run, because you know they're going to give it to like a Becky Lynch again or somebody. They're not going to give it to
or like a Charlotte.
Yeah, they're not going to give it to let her keep it. But I do see her. She should be in the world titles hopefully soon. But she's still got a little bit more
That's
ways.
why it's good to have her get the mid belt to see how she would react as
Who's
champion.
the women's U.S. champion?
That's a good question. I can't
think of who it is right now. But
I don't know. That's a good
I can look it up as you're going through this.
And then we got Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee defeated Ethan Page and Rusev. I thought he was the GM of AAA, so he's still wrestling, but whatever. And it's making Ethan Page and Rusev look weak, losing again in matches, and then like just barely got called up. And then so in this one, Io Sky won the first round. So she defeated Roxana Perez, Julia, and Lash Legend, which I thought that they were going to give it a Lash Legend to be in there to win for a title, because you know Lash Legend's like the tall one, but no, they give it to the little tiny Io Sky.
Oh, so I looked it up. It's a Tiffy time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they gave it a little Io Sky there. So now, and then Seth Rollins defeated Bron Breakker, but Braun ended up spearing.
But you know what? It doesn't make like their rivalry isn't as good anymore, since it was both the guys were injured. Like they were having a peak kind of storyline, and then they both got injured, and now it's not as big anymore.
That's what happens a lot.
We know Seth Rollins. They beat him up from the Vision, and then it's pretty much they just dragged the Vision on because they couldn't.
They also did that with the
do anything
with the Roman Reigns and the Tribal Chief and all that too. They dragged that on, and it's still going on. But then, so it said the final moment you just saw Seth Rollins was attacking Paul Heyman, and you just see Braun coming from around the corner, and Seth Rollins moves out the way, and he spears Bron Breakker. So it could make it where it's like Paul Heyman gets mad at Braun, and then maybe Brock takes over as the leader of the Vision. Who knows? But that was all the Raw moments on here. We could look at NXT real quick, because we can see that one. We'll go here. We saw the Clash of Italy. Here's NXT. NXT. There he goes. Go to the results on here. So you see here, we got Naraku signals war with the NXT champion Tony D'Angelo. And that's the guy from New Japan. And then that's Tony D'Angelo, which I thought kind of looks like a little bit of Seth Rollins on there. So when I first saw that picture, I thought it was. But then here you got Zarya defeated Lizzie Rain. And then you saw Saquon Sugar unleashes payback on the Dark State. It kind of looks like what's his name? Ron Cena. You know, what's in the R-Truth?
R-Truth?
Yeah, Ron Cena. And then I don't know what the OTM is, but they defeat the Coling. Let's see, what does it say, the OTM? No, they don't say it. Then Jackson Drake defeated Tate Wilder. I thought that guy was going to be called up, that Jackson Drake. He looks pretty good on there. And then we got Lola Vice inadvertently knocks out Kendall Gray. Lola Vice is another one that's
pretty popular.
Starting to get popular.
But they pretty much don't have any other women wrestlers down there right now.
And then we got the speed champion Lexi King defeated Romeo Moreno. And Lexi King, if people don't know, is what's his face's kid? Brian Pillman. That's him. That's his kid.
So why don't you just go by Brian Pillman Jr.?
He did for a while there, but I guess in WWE that's like a bad.
Maybe when he gets called up, he's going to go as Brian Pillman Jr.
No, he'll still be that one. And then we got the Dark State defeated NXT North American Champion Miles Bourne, Tavon Heights. And then that's the one here. NXT Champion Tony James will be Cam Hendricks. See, some of these ones I don't know who they are. You're getting called up, but I believe this guy is dating Io Sky. I think it is.
I don't know.
I think that's who's he dating. But yep, that's the match. I think he's probably going to dethrone D'Angelo because why would you bring him in? Pay him all this money from New Japan.
Just to show off? Just
to have him be in a squash match with her. But then again, I mean, WWE does that a lot. They don't care really about their people because we hear rumors that they're trying to bring back Baron Corbin, and they're trying to bring back Enzo and Cass. And so it's if Enzo and Cass were so toxic, or especially Enzo, and they don't want to go bring back, and they fired all these wrestlers, why are they spending all this money to try to bring them back? So I don't know what direction they're going. I mean, maybe it's a TKO thing. I don't know, but why would TKO care anything about Enzo and Cass, let alone Baron Corbin? But I don't know. I just find it dumb that you fire 12 people to bring back 3 people, and 3 people that people don't really care too much to see.
Well, who knows? Maybe if they bring back Baron Corbin, they're going to actually give him a title run.
Maybe.
Instead of just squashing him in mid-card and all that.
Or he'll just stay in NXT and win the champion like he did when he first was starting there. But Enzo and Cass,
well, they need a tag team, so I can see them.
Big Cass is already popular in AEW already. But I don't know if he'd want to.
I mean, they do need a tag team. Yeah. Their tag team division's suffering right now.
It does.
They got rid of the New Day, so.
Yep. And New Day might become All Elite because they've been talking to FTR and been talking to what's their face? The brothers. What are their names?
I can't think of their tag team right now off the top of my head, but they're so Jackson and
Nick and Jackson.
My brain won't work this.
I know.
This early.
I can't think of it right now. It's too early. But anyway, we'll cue our next one. Here is it just the eye?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go.
Take a look.
Yeah, take a look. All right, so
already our favorite game on the internet, Wrestling 20 Questions. So I have my notes like usual. Wrestling 20 Questions. The objective is for Dark Knight 316 to guess this wrestler within 20 questions, and he has 3 hints that he could use in order to help him try to guess this wrestler.
And I can only answer yes or ask yes or no questions. So, when we start here, and do you want me to take notes of the questions?
Yeah, you can take notes. I got to turn a little bit just because he cheats a lot.
Oh, so yeah,
he usually has to look at. He usually has to look at everything.
He likes to lie.
Okay,
let me queue up this one here so I can mark it. So, first question: is this a 80s wrestler?
Let me check.
He didn't do due diligence of getting all the notes.
So yes, he did, but it was more of a valet.
Okay.
So he wasn't like actually in the ring. It was more like he was more of a promoter, an announcer, a valet
Did he
manager,
ever wrestle?
and stuff like that. Is that question number 2?
Yes.
He did ever wrestle.
Okay. Question number 3 is: did he wrestle in the 90s?
Yes, he did.
As a wrestler, not
As a wrestler in the 90s.
Okay. Was he during the Attitude Era?
He wrestled during the Attitude Era, yes.
Okay. Did this wrestler wrestle for other promotions?
Let me see. At one point he did.
Was it like WCW around that time, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's number 5.
Okay. Is this person part of a faction?
He was part of a faction at one point.
Okay. Does this wrestler wrestle today?
No.
Okay. Was this wrestler involved in the corporate ministry?
No.
Okay, so it wasn't around that time. Let's see. Said this person wrestled in the 90s, 80s. He was 80s. He was a valet. 90s. He wrestled. Who was a valet in the 80s? 90s. He wrestled. Did this person wrestle in the 2000s?
Yes.
Okay. Was this wrestler wrestle in the John Cena era? So the Ruthless Aggression or whatever era that's called?
I want to say briefly, but let me check. They were both wrestling around that same time.
So that's a hint. Okay.
Well, you said with the John Cena era, right? So he was wrestling around that same time.
In the John Cena era? You said that because you said both of them.
Yeah, so this wrestler and John Cena, they both were wrestling around the same time when he ended up. All right,
I'm gonna
wrestling.
since I'm on question 10. We blew by those pretty quickly. I'm gonna use a hint.
He became a WCW World Champion.
So the World Heavyweight Champion?
During the WCW era.
Okay, so he didn't have the World Champ. The WWE
it wasn't during the.
It was called the WCW.
It was the WCW champion. Mm-hmm.
So he was a champion in WCW. That was when he was. I wonder if that was when he was the valet or not. He's the world champion there. Because I'm trying to figure out, he has to be old to be a valet in the 80s, and then he wrestles in the 90s. Who was the valet in the 80s? Let's see.
And you still have 2 more hints.
Yeah, I know. And you said he doesn't wrestle today.
He doesn't wrestle today.
Is this wrestler in the Hall of Fame?
Yes. That was going to be my clue if you gave it to me, so you took my clue.
Okay. But this was a valet, and he wrestled during John Cena's era. So this guy has to be old, though. Because if he wrestled in the 80s and was a valet, and then wrestled in the 90s and then the John Cena era, and he was in WCW. So who was a valet in WCW, or who wrestled in WCW? World champ, could it be? Does this person have he doesn't wrestle today. Okay. Does this person have, or does the person, when he wrestled in WCW, was he like in his 40s?
Was he in his 40s?
Yeah. Or in his late 30s, 40s.
He was older. I don't know necessarily if he was in his 40s, but he was an older wrestler.
Okay. So I'm trying to think, does this person have a yoga class named after him?
He does.
Okay, I think I know who it is then. Does this person have 3 initials that he goes by sometimes?
3 initials? He does.
Okay. I think I know who it is. But I didn't know he was a valet in the 80s, though. You said he was a valet, or he had a valet in the 80s?
He was a manager, a promoter, and a ring announcer. So, manager being a valet considered.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
Do you want to use your hint, or do you think you want to take a crack at it?
What's that? Did he partner in WCW with Karl Malone?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And I know exactly who it is.
Do you think you do?
I am going to.
Do you think you do?
I'm going to do...
Well, I'll tell you this. If you know exactly who it is because I was moving something up here and you looked at my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
No, I know exactly who it is.
Who is it?
I'm going to ask this question here. We're on question 16.
Okay.
I'm going to say, does he have the diamond cutter and say, bang?
No.
No. Mm-mm. He doesn't have the diamond cutter and say bang?
No, he does.
I was going to say, because his name, I'm going to guess it is DDP.
Yes, you're
Diamond
correct.
Dallas Page.
You're correct. I figured I'd give you somebody easy so you'd be able to get it, but I don't know how you were able to pull that out without me, because I moved forward to move the mouse, and you were able to look to see who it was with my notes.
Who was he managing in the 80s?
Well, they just said he was more just of a manager, probably not people
maybe like the
big time
or something.
Also
like
promoter and things like that. 'Cause remember, I believe he was saying he also was like at the gym, and then that's when like WCW people would come in.
Yeah, because then when you were saying that, I was like, he has to be old. So then when you said he won the WCW champion, then I was like, okay, who all won that?
2 things I was going to give you if you had your clue was he had the biggest pop when he turned against the NWO.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, very briefly early on, he was kind of seen with the NWO, so he was joining them a little bit. Mm-hmm. But remember, they were all like, "Oh, you need to join." And he diamond cutter, I believe, with Scott Hall.
Yeah, because they gave him the shirt. He went like that,
and then I was also going to tell you too is he never won a Grand Slam or Triple Crown in WCW.
Did he win it in WWF?
No. So he was a 3-time WCW champion, a 2-time United States, and 1-time television champ.
Oh,
but he never won the tag team.
If he would have won the tag team, he would have been a Grand Slam.
And also to clear up any confusion, he was active during John Cena's time around 2001-2002 when John Cena debuted, not during John Cena's peak.
Yeah.
When he was still prototype.
It was during the Attitude Era.
So he was. It was. Well, this would have been more at the end of the Attitude Era when the whole invasion angle and all that, when WCW got bought out.
I thought the Ruthless Aggression Era.
It was like 2005.
John Cena's era.
It's roughly 2005.
So that's what I was thinking. It was more of that era.
No, but he
was retired by then.
on TV with John Cena around 2002, and I believe he retired about 2005 because of injuries. So
right when the ruthless aggression,
when it started to peak. But then I was also thinking about too, like, wasn't he on Impact Wrestling for briefly? I thought he was on Impact Wrestling and stuff like that. I thought
briefly. He might have been on Impact Wrestling.
I couldn't remember that because
I mean, it doesn't show it on like the wiki.
I wasn't looking at the wiki, but
yeah, because I think he might have did it when they had the whole Aces of Eights and stuff like that.
Yeah, like very briefly he was on there, but
I think he was on there for like a little bit.
Yeah, I figured I was like, I'll give you somebody easy.
Remember when DDP debuted? He had his wife with him, but I don't know if she stayed with him for the whole time or she just like. Retired or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, but
but
that was a good one.
That was a good one because I was confused about the 80s.
See, next time I gotta like put my phone down like this and then look if I'm doing something because I usually look at my phone.
You can look at back on the.
But we're gonna roll it back.
We can roll it back and then see if
and we're gonna take a look because somehow he just pulled it out of thin air to know with those. I mean, first 10 questions were generic.
I'm surprised you didn't go and throw put another women's wrestler on there because those are the ones that are harder because there's so much of the time where it's like the belts change hands.
You had a scoop speed generic
20 different women wrestlers and it's like hard to remember all the women's wrestlers where the dude ones are like easier because there's like a generation of someone. But at one point I thought it was Bobby the Brain Heenan because you were saying valet, so I was like, he's a big valet in the 80s. But then you said wrestle, and I was like, I don't think Bobby Heenan ever wrestled.
The only reason why I came up with DDP was kind of late because I was driving to work and I was all bang. That'd be a good one. So I figured I'd do that, but.
I mean, that was good. I mean, I got it in, I think it was 16 questions.
16, I believe you said it was.
What did you get it last time?
You only used one hand. I think I got it around that one the last time when I guessed.
Well, no, you got it in the fastest one when you got it in like 10 or whatever.
Yeah, something like that, I think.
But that was pretty good. That was our Wrestling 20 questions. If you like this game there, just give it a thumbs up or give it a like. Subscribe to our channel so we do more of these games because I actually like this game here. I think it's better than the generic Wrestling 20 questions or the ones where some people would be like, guess this wrestler from this theme song, and you got to think of the theme song. Like, yeah, that's hard, but sometimes it's real easy. Where I think this 20 questions one, it makes it where it's like you really got to think about all the wrestlers and all the time that you've watched wrestling growing up and stuff like that to kind of remember it. Because, like, I remember back, Hogan days where he fought Earthquake, Typhoon. Typhoon turned his on him. I remember him fighting Macho Man. Like all those ones there. Like I remember watching all those matches and watching the Raw at the Ico Pro and all that kind of stuff there where ECW did Invasion and I was like, what is ECW? As a kid, did not even know like that ECW was a thing and stuff like that. So yeah. Just like and subscribe there. I mean, that was our Wrestling 20 Questions game, and this is the Tackles and Takedown podcast, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Dark Knight 316. This here is Robert Wheeler Gaming, and we'll see you on the next one.
Take it easy. God bless you guys.
Yep. And I did not cheat.